Do you think only Switzerland masters high watchmaking? Today, I will take you on a journey to the heart of Russia, where watches have survived wars, space, extreme temperatures, and decades of history. And the best part? Some of them cost less than you imagine. Welcome to the unknown and fascinating world of Russian watchmaking. What makes Russian watchmaking special? Russian watchmaking is undoubtedly a category apart within the horological world. Unlike Swiss watchmaking, which is often associated with luxury, diamonds, and exquisite finishes, the Russian school focuses on functionality, durability, and practicality without losing its unique character. Its origin is marked by extreme contexts: world wars, the Cold War, the space race, and real military demands. This shaped a design philosophy based on survival, not ostentation. Russian brands are not born from luxury, but from necessity. And that necessity was to manufacture watches that could operate under pressure, in extreme temperatures, underwater, or even in zero gravity. Many of their models were specifically designed for divers, combat pilots, cosmonauts, polar scientists, and Soviet soldiers, which gives them an authentic and powerful historical narrative. Today, these watches have become cult pieces, especially among collectors who value the real history behind each design, their reliable mechanics, and that sturdy style without unnecessary embellishments. In short, Russian watchmaking is not about being pretty at first glance, but about being reliable for a lifetime. And that is precisely what makes it so special. Top Russian brands. Are you ready? Let's get to the point. These are the Russian brands every enthusiast should know. Vostok, the watch of the people and the Soviet Army. Founded in 1942 at the height of World War II, Vostok was born as a strategic factory aimed at supplying the Soviet Army with watches that could withstand the most extreme conditions at the front. From the beginning, the goal was clear: to create robust, reliable watches 100% made in Soviet territory without relying on foreign technology. With that philosophy, Vostok became not only a military supplier, but a symbol of practical engineering, focused on functionality over aesthetics. Its legacy grew during wartime, was solidified during the Cold War, and today lives among collectors who value its unique style, durability, and authentically Soviet history. Vostok Amphibia, a Soviet classic created for divers in the midst of the Cold War, famous for its extreme durability, ingenious design, and unmistakable retro aesthetics. Designed to withstand diving conditions without resorting to Western technology, the Amphibia became an icon of functional watchmaking. Its reliability, affordable price, and military legacy have made it a cult piece among collectors worldwide. Movement. Automatic Vostok, caliber 2416B with 31 joules and 31 hours of power reserve. Size, diameter, 39 millimeters to 42 millimeters. Water resistance, 200 meters. Approximate price, 70 to 120 United States dollars. Raketa was born in 1961, a year marking a turning point in human history. Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel to space. In honor of that achievement, the brand adopted the name Raketa, which in Russian means rocket. Thus began a new era of Soviet watchmaking, where inspiration came not from luxury or fashion, but from science, technology, and the conquest of the cosmos. Since then, Raketa has been deeply connected to scientific projects, polar missions, and astronomical themes. Their designs are anything but conventional. Instead of copying Swiss watches, the brand chose to reinterpret time through symbols, ideas, and unique visual elements. Many of their models make direct reference to astronomy, Arctic exploration, or even Soviet scientific thought, with dials simulating planetary orbits or structures inspired by physics and extreme navigation. Each Raketa watch not only tells the time, it also tells a visual story that connects with the spirit of an era. Raketa Copernicus, a watch with a cosmic spirit, designed to pay homage to the solar system and the scientific revolution. Its dial displays orbital circles and unconventional hands that simulate the movement of the planets, making it a unique artistic and conceptual piece in Russian watchmaking. Movement: mechanical with manual winding or automatic, depending on the version. Manufactured in the Petrodvorek watch factory. In modern versions, Raketa caliber 2615. Size: diameter 40 millimeters. Water resistance 50 meters. Approximate price 300 to 700 United States dollars, depending on the model. Poljot, the watches that went to space. Poljot, which means flight in Russian, is not just a watch brand. It is one of the greatest symbols of Soviet technological pride. Founded in Moscow, it gained international fame when cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin wore a Sturmansky on his wrist during the first human journey into space in 1960 and 1. That historic moment sealed the fate of Poljot as the official space watch brand of the USSR. For decades, Poljot watches were the favorites of fighter pilots, aerospace engineers, and cosmonauts. Each model was designed not as a luxury item, but as a critical precision tool, capable of withstanding extreme conditions. The robust construction and the mechanical movements made entirely on Soviet soil reflected a philosophy focused on total functionality. In missions where every second counted, the Poljot were more than watches. They were survival instruments. Their legacy has remained alive even after the collapse of the Soviet Union, becoming highly valued collector's items today for their history, technical design, and direct link to the golden age of Soviet space exploration. Poljot OKEAH, a Soviet chronograph created for the military navy, with a distinctive design and Cold War spirit. Today, it is a highly sought-after piece by collectors, thanks to its retro aesthetic and its history linked to the naval armed forces of the USSR. Movement: manual winding mechanical, caliber 3133. Derived from the Swiss Valjoux 7734, modified in Russia. Size: basic diameter 39 millimeters. Not suitable for deep diving. Minimal splash protection in original models. Approximate price: $500 to $1,000 USD, depending on condition, version, and year of production. Slava, urban watches with Soviet style. Slava, which means glory in Russian, was one of the most emblematic watch factories in Moscow, especially recognized for its focus on the civil and urban market. Unlike brands like Vostok or Poljot, oriented towards military and space use, Slava manufactured watches designed for the everyday life of millions of Soviets. Workers, professionals, engineers, and ordinary citizens who needed precision and reliability in their daily lives. Their designs focused on a clean and functional aesthetic, with simple dials, distinctive typography, and sober lines that today clearly evoke the Soviet style of the 1970s and 80s. Many models incorporated double-barrel movements, a technical solution that allowed for greater mechanical autonomy without increasing the size of the watch. During its golden era, Slava was a constant presence on the wrists of the Soviet people, and although its history was quieter than that of other brands associated with the military or space exploration, today, its vintage watches have appreciated in value, being highly sought after by collectors who appreciate the retro charm and historical authenticity they represent. Slava Medical, a Soviet watch specifically designed for healthcare professionals with a pulsometer scale printed on the dial. Ideal for doctors and nurses during the Soviet era, combining clinical functionality with the retro style of the 1970s. Movement: manual winding mechanical. Caliber Slava 2414, 21 rubies. Size 36 millimeters in diameter. Water resistance, not water resistant. Approximate price: $40, 100 US dollars. Luch, minimalist design from Belarus. Although Luch comes from Belarus, it was an essential part of the Soviet watchmaking network. Founded in 1953 in Minsk, the brand focused from the beginning on offering reliable, straightforward, and accessible mechanical watches, designed for everyday use by the common Soviet citizen. What sets Luch apart from other brands in the Eastern Bloc is its commitment to aesthetic simplicity. While other brands opted for technical or military designs, Luch adopted a clean and functional visual philosophy, which over time evolved into what is now recognized as a minimalist style, with its own identity. Its most emblematic model is the Luch Monoaguja, a watch with a single hand that offers a different and almost philosophical way of telling time. This piece has captured the attention of designers, collectors, and lovers of the distinctive, thanks to its relaxed and contemporary approach. Also noteworthy are the vintage 2029 manual winding models with a slim profile and sober aesthetics, highly sought after in the retro watch market. Today, Luch continues making watches, keeping alive that simple, functional, and character-filled essence that makes it a perfect alternative for those seeking honest watchmaking with history, far from superficial luxury. Luch Monoaguya, a minimalist watch with a single hand, symbolizes a relaxed approach to time. Its clean, modern, and elegant design is a reinterpretation of the Soviet style in a contemporary key, ideal for those seeking originality without excess. Movement: manual winding mechanical. Caliber: Luch 18-01.1, 15 rubies. Size: diameter 38 millimeters. Water resistance: 30 meters. Approximate price: $80, 150 US dollars. Konstantin Chaykin, the master of high Russian watchmaking. If you thought that high watchmaking was exclusively Swiss, Konstantin Chaykin comes to break all the molds. This Russian watchmaker has brought mechanical engineering to the realm of art, creativity, and innovation. Extreme. His most famous piece, the Joker Watch, is a mechanical watch that shows a dial with eyes that indicate the hour and minutes and a mouth that shows the moon phase. The result: an expressive face that changes mood over time. Pure genius. Chaykin is not just an eccentric designer. He is an award-winning watchmaker respected worldwide. He has been nominated and awarded by the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève, considered the Oscar of watchmaking. Additionally, he is a member of the Académie horlogère des créateurs indépendants, AHCI, a circle reserved for the most prestigious creators in the independent watch world. Their watches are not mass-produced nor intended for the general public. Each one is a mechanical work of art, with unique complications and an unmistakable visual identity. Models like the Minotaur, Dracula, Harley Quinn, Clown, or the spectacular Brisman Minions demonstrate his versatility and originality without limits. Konstantin Chaykin Joker Watch, a mechanical watch with its own soul. Its dial shows an animated face where the eyes indicate the hour and minutes, while the mouth functions as a moon phase indicator. Each expression is unique and constantly changes, making it a living masterpiece of high independent watchmaking. Movement: automatic, with modified ETA 2824-2, base plus size complication module, patented by Chaykin. Diameter: 42 millimeters. Water resistance: 50 meters. Approximate price: $15,000 to $30,000 United States dollars. Are Russian watches worth it today? Definitely, yes, but with nuances. Russian watches offer something that many conventional brands cannot provide: history, authenticity, and a different proposition. They are affordable. You can find models like the Vostok Amphibia or some Slava for less than 100 United States dollars and still have a piece with real legacy. Many models continue to work perfectly 40 or even 50 years later with their original mechanical movement. Their durability is part of their legend. They are ideal for collectors who want to break the mold and seek watches with character, far from the typical Swiss or Japanese design. Some models, like the Amphibia, the Poljot OKEAH, or Chaykin's Joker, have already reached international cult status, and their value has increased over the years. Yes, they can also be a smart investment, especially the limited models or those with documented military or space history. Which of these Russian brands surprised you the most? Did you like the robustness of Vostok, the creativity of Raketa, or the brilliant madness of Chaykin's Joker? Maybe you already have one in your collection, or you're thinking of getting your first watch with a Soviet soul. Leave it in the comments. I want to know which brand caught your attention and why. This channel is a space for enthusiasts like you who value the history, mechanics, and authenticity behind each piece. If this video taught you something new or simply entertained you, give it a like, share it with a watch enthusiast friend, and, above all, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to not miss the upcoming videos. Thank you for making it this far and for being part of this community that sees much more in a watch than just a tool to measure time. See you in the next video. And remember, every tick has a story.